to your dream analysis? Yes. Yes. What is the name? Just check here and see. Okay, yes. Perfect, yes, I've penciled you in from 1 to 2 today. We may not need all the time, but just in case. Okay. Have you ever done dream analysis before? Or is this your first time? Okay, yeah. It's very interesting, yeah. It's not something that people typically have done, so it's nice to have the opportunity. Definitely. Okay, so I'm just going to need a little information before we start, if that's okay. By the way, are you okay with the candle going? Is the scent comfortable for you? Yeah, it's a floral scent. Okay. Good. I'm glad you enjoy it. Try to keep the atmosphere very soothing here and relaxing. I'm going to be talking about some pretty deep and intense things, so we want to make sure that you're comfortable. Okay. Do you like my sparkly notebook? Yes, I do like to keep things nice and creative. I think that the sparkles had a nice kind of twinkly star sort of look. Really nice. Yes. So I'm going to be taking notes today on what we talk about and going to analyze some of these recent dreams that you've been having, okay? Okay. So first, I'm just wondering, do you live alone? Okay. You do, okay. And do you sleep alone as well? Okay. Do you have any pets? Yes, okay. Sometimes having animals around can affect our sleep and our dreams as well, especially if they are sleeping in the bed with you. So you said you have 2 cats. Okay. And they sleep not as much. Okay. Alright, they usually leave by the time you go to bed. Okay, good. Okay. Yes. Now I'm just wondering, when did these dreams start? Did you first have a dream like this? Okay. Oh, wow. Yes, okay. So since you were 7 years old. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Tell me a little bit about these dreams that you've been having. So I just want you to give me, a brief synopsis of the dream, and then we'll dive into more analysis, okay? Yeah, so just briefly, what is the dream about? Okay. Okay, so you're playing in the yard. How old are you in the stream? Okay, yeah, so you're around 7 years old. So it feels like a younger self. Okay. You're playing in the yard. Are you alone? Okay. So sometimes there are people, but they're hard to make out, or do you know who the people are? No, okay. And so what happens next? Okay. So you're playing in the yard, and then you hear a voice. Okay. Anyone in particular that you're hearing? Sounds like maybe your mom's voice. Okay. Okay. And so then what happens? Okay. You're trying to go towards the voice, as you put it, your mother's voice. What is the sensation that you're having? Yeah, I can see that as you're talking about it, you're getting a little anxious, right? Yeah. So you're trying to run towards your mom, and you can't get there. Yeah, okay. Okay. Great. Thank you so much for opening up about that. I know it's not easy. Now, is this about where the dream ends? Just curious. Yeah, okay. Let me ask this: when you wake up, are you in a state of panic? Are you relaxed? Do you remember most of the dream? Okay. So you said you feel a little bit down when you wake up, sort of a little scared. And you're sweaty a little bit. Okay. So this dream appears to be fairly short. It's kind of a very isolated event. Okay. And about how often are you having this dream? Very randomly? Okay. Like a few times a year type of thing? Yeah. But you can remember age 7 that you had it. And since then, you've had it pretty often, pretty recurring. Like, about how long have you gone without having the dream? Okay, yeah. So usually, like, it's only about 7, maybe 8 months that you can go before you have it again. Okay, just any particular time of year or triggers around this dream that you've noticed? Okay. Oh, yes. So if you had a stressful week, it's more likely to happen. That makes sense, yep. Okay. So, before we move on, I just want to check in with you and see how you're doing. Yeah, it is a lot to talk about, and it's definitely can be triggering. Okay, yeah, why don't you grab some water and take a little break, use the restroom if you need to. I'm gonna do a little bit of the beginning parts of the analysis for you, and then we'll carry on, okay? Okay, great. Just take your time. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so there's that. Yes. Welcome back. You feeling better? Okay, good. Need a little bit of water myself. Oh, excuse me. So, before we move on, I'm just wondering, do you take any medications? Especially for sleep, I'm wondering. Okay. Just the occasional Tylenol PM then. Okay. It's pretty rare, only when you're really having a rough night or having some pains. Good. So let me just tell you a little bit about what I've analyzed so far, okay? And then we'll get into the next portion. Okay, ready? So, a few symbols here that we're going to have to analyze further, okay? Now, the age 7 years old is significant, okay? Yes. Now, another significant symbol here is the yard. Okay. So you're playing in a yard. It doesn't feel like your yard, though. It's just kind of a random field, right? And you said you're usually alone, so that's important. That is an important piece as well, okay? And now another important symbol is your mom's voice, okay? This is significant. Right, right. And lastly, actually two more things. So, I'm gonna explore more the inability to get there, okay? So struggling to get to your mom's voice. Sort of that prevention of getting there is significant, okay? And lastly is the fact that stress can trigger this dream. Okay. Yeah, so these are all important symbols that we're going to explore, okay? So let's start with 7 years old. What does being 7 symbolize for you? Yeah. Loneliness, okay. Yeah, how come? Oh, wow, okay. So, your parents got divorced when you were 7. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that time. Now you're an only child, right? Okay. So, when your parents got divorced, you were having trouble with figuring out which parent to stay with. Yes, okay. Right. So there's stress there, isn't there? Yes, there is. So there's stress there. There's stress and there's loneliness. Yeah, you see how that connects. Yep. Let's talk about the yard that you're playing in. You stated that it wasn't very familiar. Okay, right. So, tell me more about that. Okay, so you're kind of exploring and you end up in this yard. But it's kind of barren. It doesn't have a lot of things. It's just kind of an open field. Yeah. And what is the feeling associated with that? Emptiness. Okay. Yeah. Isolation. Okay. Yes. Right. Uh-huh. So the field and the empty yard, it symbolizes abandonment. Okay, yeah. Does that resonate with you? Mm-hmm. Right. The divorce was sudden. Mm-hmm. You felt abandoned. Why your mom's voice? What could that mean to you? What are the feelings associated with that? Okay. Yes. Okay. You look to your mom for protection. Mm-hmm. Ah, yes. Okay. And you're not able to reach her. What is that underlying feeling? What feeling does it bring you in the dream? Fear. Yes, fear. And you're unable to reach her. That's important, okay? That's important. So you're trying to reach your mom, but you just hear her voice in the distance, and you become fearful. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm willing to bet that, there was a lot of fear when that happened with the divorce. Exactly. Kind of having fears that the person who you found to be a comfort will no longer be there for you. Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly. So we've connected the stress and being 7 years old. So when you have present day stress, puts you back in that moment, puts you back in that event when you found out about the parents' separation. Exactly. Mm-hmm. You've been unable to cope fully with this fear, so you've pushed it back. Now it is coming out in your dreams, and it's reminding you that you need to heal from this still. Mm-hmm. Yes, I know it's hard, it isn't easy, but this is important. It's important that you came here today to talk to me about it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. How does it feel now to kind of dive deeper into these feelings? Yeah. It's a little bit relieving. Okay. That's good. Yes. Many times we find fear in unknowing. Exactly. Having this level of awareness is going to help you to feel a little more safe. Mm-hmm. So, what I'm thinking for you to do be to start by going to see a therapist. Mm-hmm. Need to process this traumatic event from your childhood. Yes. I can give you a wonderful referral. I have a few connections. And what I also want you to do is to begin to sleep a dream journal. So if you don't have a dream, that's okay, and you don't remember it, that's okay. You obviously don't have to write anything. But on the days that you do have a dream, even if it isn't this one, I do want you to keep track of them. And just write down the events of the dream and how it makes you feel. Okay? Right, exactly. So, I'm going to hold on to this information, okay? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a follow-up session. Right, but what I want to happen for you first is to get some of that psychoanalysis, okay? Right. So, with psychotherapy, you can explore these emotions, underlying emotions from the dream, and as you begin to heal, you will begin to have better dreams. It's interesting how our brains work. People don't always realize that our dreams are our unconscious thoughts and feelings, memories, emotions that we aren't able to process during daytime, and so we process it in our unconscious mind. It's very interesting. It is very interesting, yes. So, anyways, I do hope that this was helpful for you today. Obviously, if you have other types of dreams that, that aren't this dream, and you can come in and we will analyze all the different types of dreams that you have. Okay. So, but what I want you to do is contact the referrals that I'm going to print out for you. Call them up and make an appointment, okay? And I'll probably have you come see me about, let's say, 3 months, just to see how it's going, any progress, okay? And if you have any other dreams, we can analyze them during that session as well. And then probably do a 6-month follow-up, given that things are improving. If not, we will have you come in sooner. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you're very welcome. Yes, it's been wonderful getting to know you, and I appreciate your time and your honesty. Being vulnerable is very difficult, so I do appreciate that. Yeah. Lovely. Okay, yes. Do enjoy your weekend, and feel free to give me a call if you have any questions, okay? And we'll see you soon.